Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth episode of our podcast show, Innovate and Inspire. I'm Moupia Chatterjee, IT business partner, legal, and today I have the privilege of getting a very special guest on our show, Feroz Shaikh, Chief Information and Digital Officer, Syngenta Group. Now, Feroz is a leader with over 25 years of experience and someone who's extremely passionate about technology and innovation. The fact that he built a superconductor when he was 16, a robotic arm when he was in high school, and was facilitated by the then Prime Minister of India, I think speaks volumes on his acumen on technology. He had also founded and led multiple technology-driven ventures. So we were lucky when he joined Syngenta as the head of engineering and data science in 2018. After having transformed the digital arm of Syngenta, he has taken on the role of CTO. As CTO, his focus and vision is to technologically transform agriculture globally. So now we have a leader with us who inspires many with his passion for innovation. Now, can we have anyone more apt on our show, which we call Innovate and Inspire? So welcome, Feroz. We are so excited to have you on our show.
Thank you, Moupia. Great to be here and really excited to see this kind of a dialogue becoming a regular feature for the innovation that we do here at Syngenta. Really my pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you. We are also very excited to hear from you, your views, insights. Now, from whatever at least I have read and we know of your achievements in technology, innovation since school, there's a lot to learn from you. But I think we have to get another episode of, Innovate and Inspire to discuss all of that. For today, we'll focus on Syngenta. Okay, so are we ready to start?
Let's go.
Okay. So in the recent years, under your leadership, we've seen the impact of IT and digital technologies in Syngenta having drastically increased. So, from drone spraying to IoT experiments to the advancements in AI. So what's your reflection and thoughts on the progress that we have made?
Yeah. It's been such a fantastic journey here at Syngenta, right? I mean, in the last 5 years, how far we have come as a team and as an organization. When we started on this journey of digital transformation, I still remember some of the early days when we were putting our engineering teams together, starting to get into some of the DevOps rhythms that we are going to follow. From there, today we have, almost more than 250 million acres of land digitally connected. It speaks of quite an achievement over the last 5.5 years. And I think the transformation has been actually quite foundational in the company. If you look at it, today, data is accepted as an important asset across the entire organization, not just in any one part of it. Speaking of AI, across R&D, we have scientists who are using AI to accelerate new discovery of chemicals and genetics. And then we, have for farmers, we have several products that use data, machine learning, and AI to help them make better agronomic decisions. Mm-hmm. So it's been such a profound impact on the organization that I don't hesitate to say that today, data, digital, and AI is something which is thoroughly embraced by the entire organization, not just the IT team in the company.
Yeah, that's really good to hear. So now that we see, there's so much impact that digital solutions are making on Syngenta and it's impacting business as well. So how do you see, what more can we do to make the impact more profound?
Yeah, I think it's like, for example, if you look at it in terms of the role digital products play in helping farmers maximize the benefits out of our core portfolio of products, that's an ongoing journey, right? We launched our tool on nematode detection, and that goes alongside of our product portfolio Tamarium. That's essentially how I see the future. Mm-hmm. My vision is that every product that we sell, as Syngenta, is accompanied by a digital twin that helps farmers maximize the use of that product, leverage the benefits, and make better decisions as they go along. So my vision is nothing less than, every single product, every single employee, and every single drop of product that we sell.
Oh, wow. Okay. So continuing that, something which is very close to your heart, Gen AI.
Yeah.
Now, recently we saw the announcement of integration of CropWise AI in, the GHX 2.0 tool.
Yeah.
So what are the future plans of Gen AI, as you have thought of?
Yeah.
And how do you see the space evolving?
Well, the space is evolving so rapidly. What you had cutting edge yesterday, it becomes stale already today. So first and foremost for us is to make sure that we remain, up to date in terms of how Gen AI is used across the organization. One of the key things which we have seen, when it comes to farmers, and especially in non-English speaking, non-tech savvy environments, is for them to understand the use of the tools. What is the fancy looking graph or chart or diagram telling them? And that's where we feel that Gen AI can really help. A large language model that can answer questions that are very specific to the farmer's field in their native language is going to be revolutionary. So that's the vision behind CropWise AI. It is clubbed with CropWise Insights engine that has the most sophisticated machine learning AI based predictive models, disease prediction, seed placement, and those kind of recommendations. All of that coupled with a large language model really makes it as your personal assistant on the farm, that that can answer questions on your behalf using your data and help you make better decisions. Now imagine the power of that kind of AI in the hands of farmers. Speaking of it in India, for example, right? And answering questions to a farmer in UP in Hindi and in Maharashtra in Marathi, it's going to be revolutionary.
Yeah. And that will be key, I guess, and especially in India because they don't speak English.
Exactly. Yeah. And globally as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I was earlier this year, I was in Brazil and we showcased a teaser of CropWise AI, what's coming in Portuguese. And the response from the Brazilian grower community was phenomenal. I'm so happy that we are making this as a step-by-step progress. Of course, like I said, this space continues to evolve rapidly and there are still some challenges to iron out. I mean, hallucination and biases in the models still a concern. So for now, our stand is that, this kind of capability is best utilized by the advisor who then, gives the advice to the grower.
Right.
But that day is not far when these models become, strong enough, mature enough, and reliable enough that you can give it to the growers.
Right. Okay. Now something on a different topic. We've been speaking about how technology has, helped Syngenta grow in business. Now this is something very close to your heart as well. Giving back to the society. You always talk about, and because of this, you've also started the initiative of us contributing in open source programs. Yeah. Now, so what value do you see, like both the community as well as the company gaining if we contribute in these programs?
Sometimes we can all actually think that it is counterintuitive, right? That a commercial organization like Syngenta contributing to open source, but I'm committed to that. This is one thing which I always say, that whenever you have an idea, there are two ways in which you can claim the intellectual ownership of that idea. One is to either patent it, second is to publish it. And GPT is such a great example of it. The whole idea behind GPT was first published by Google. And if they hadn't published it, I'm sure the world would not have advanced to where we are. So in the same vein, I think that as much as we take from the open source community, we need to give it back. So in the form of contributions to the open source projects from our engineers, or open sourcing assets, digital tools and products that we have developed for the, as a public good, for the betterment of everybody. There is no point in all organizations, trying to build some of the same kind of common groundwork if we can share that and, everybody benefits from that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Humankind benefits.
Exactly. It's a societal benefit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Now on the other, we have been talking about how technology has helped us, and we know technology is there in every aspect of our life. We are so dependent on it. We only get to realize it when something happens and something is broken. As we realized recently with the CrowdStrike instance, when like the whole globe came to a standstill. So as a CIDO, I mean, what are your key takeaways and how do you think we should prepare ourselves so that in future, if such an incident happens, we are better prepared?
Yeah. Talk of things failing, right? I remember Friday morning, we all woke up and, one of my first meetings was with Rob, and Rob said, have you read this news? And like, okay, now it's time to roll up the sleeves and jump into the chaos that was unfolding on us. In hindsight, when you think about, the total impact of it, it was only 1% of the Windows machines out there that were affected. Only 1%. And can you believe the kind of impact that the world had on, from hospitals to airlines to trains and everything that we count on. I think as technology leaders and as, CIO, we need to acknowledge the fact that increasingly the entire organization is dependent upon technology to carry out the day-to-day tasks. Gone are the days when you could carry on with pen and paper and things like that. We are not in that world anymore. And what that means is that, resilience is equally important. Disaster recovery, being able to recover from an outage like that is extremely important. Here at Syngenta, we've been very, very focused on our disaster recovery and emergency crisis management procedures. And CrowdStrike incident was a great validation of those procedures, that they all worked as designed.
That's
and
great.
Our team rallied to recover. This happened on the Friday.
Yeah.
Everybody says don't push an update on Friday if you don't want to ruin your weekend. And our teams worked through the night over the weekend to bring the systems up again. And then over the course of next week, we were all, all the systems were back up and running. Kudos to the team and kudos to the organization on the kind of patience and resilience they showed. I was on calls at midnight over the weekend with some of our executives who were affected. And everybody, was understanding. And like I said, all of our emergency crisis management procedures worked as expected. That's what I can ask for from the organization, right? From the IT team, that we are prepared and we roll up our sleeves and jump in, and from the rest of the organization that they have an understanding and support us when we go through a crisis like that. I couldn't have been more proud after the incident. I mean, I wish it never happens again, but as an organization, I was extremely proud of how we came together and dealt with it.
Great. Okay, now on another completely different aspect. In Syngenta, like we are a global company, we have teams, placed all over the world. And we work with each other completely remotely. And we know for a team to be optimally productive, collaboration is key. And we have so many collaboration tools. So for you, what's the go-to collaboration tool and why is that?
Yeah, I mean, when I was much closer to the engineering team, my go-to tool was Slack. Yeah, and there was Slack was on my mobile, on my laptop, on my iPad, and I was always just one Slack message away from the team. These days, I prefer to use our Microsoft collaboration tools, Microsoft Teams, and WhatsApp. WhatsApp's always there, right? So the world of collaboration is evolving, and we are getting closer to each other. No matter where you are, you're just one click away from whatever the right tool. I don't use Slack as much these days, but yeah, Teams is my current go-to tool. And of course, when we have a larger group conversation, then we prefer to use Zoom as a company collaboration tool. But these things, I mean, these have come so far, right? You could be anywhere. You could be outside in the car and over your 4G, 5G data network. The video calls work as smoothly as ever. You don't even need to be in a reliable Wi-Fi anymore. It's just taken away that dependency of, being, pinned to your chair in a Wi-Fi room anymore.
Yeah, and after COVID, I think the remote working with everyone working remotely, I think we've seen, how effectively we can work even without sitting next to each other.
Very interesting thing happened during COVID, because throughout my, 20, 25 years of career, I believe that we as engineers are social animals, right? We all thrive when we are together. So and during my startup days, we had open plan office, everybody sitting together, playing TT on one side and then writing code together and going late into the night. I never imagined that, an engineer programmer could work in isolation from their home remotely on Zoom and still be productive.
Yeah.
COVID taught us a lot of new things.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the last question on this round. So describe Syngenta's future in one word.
In one word, that's the challenge, right? I would use the word innovation, and not because that's the title of our podcast, but because as a company that thrives on bringing new innovation to farmers across new active ingredients, new chemistry, biologicals or seeds, and now with digital and AI, I think innovation really is what stands us apart from the crowd. And I'm so proud of being here, working with our research scientists, working with our data scientists and engineers, all in the same breath. So I would use the word innovation to describe who we are.
Right, exactly, and that's kind of exciting for us as well in IT and digital, because that's where we can contribute, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that brings us to the end of, I think we can say, the serious part of the conversation. Now we go to the rapid fire.
Uh-oh.
The title itself is kind of explanatory, but as it is, I'll ask a question. Don't think too much. Say what first comes to your mind, okay?
Yeah.
So here we go. So what's the first thing you do in the morning?
Check my phone for any emails in the night.
Okay. Your favorite tech innovation in the last decade?
AI, no doubt about it. Gen AI is a big innovation. It's a transformation that we are all going through. And a few years from now, the world of technology won't be the same anymore.
Change completely, game changing.
Yeah.
Right. So what's the biggest challenge you have faced in your role so far?
My biggest challenge was, again, on the topic of AI, the incident that comes to my mind is when we did one of the first AI trainings in the company, one of the people who attended the training came up to me and said that today was the most depressing day of my life.
Oh.
Now that got me off guard. It made me think that we cannot drive technology and innovation without actually thinking about the human element. There is a degree of anxiety, job security that people have when it comes to AI. And the reason why this person said was because if AI can do all of these things, then imagine how quickly it can come and take up human jobs. And that made it very clear to me, and that became one of my missions in Syngenta, is to drive technology and innovation with a keen focus on how our people are equipped to leverage this kind of transformation.
Right. Yeah. Okay. What's your favorite gadget?
These days it's my ring, the smart ring.
Oh.
And this ring is it measures activity, it measures my body parameters, temperature, sweat and everything. It measures stress levels. So I have an app, I can check how my day was and was I stressed at any one point of time. Okay, so this is the Aura ring. It's a smart ring, and I really enjoy looking at this kind of data. It's just so unintrusive. It looks reasonably good, I think.
Yeah, nobody would have guessed that's a technical gadget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can see it behind this. So it has all the kinds of sensors. I love my Apple Watch also. I mean, it's just so useful, especially when I'm traveling and I just connect after landing across time zones and I turn the airplane mode off. It adjusts to the local time. I don't need to, adjust the time. That's one of the best features I love.
Okay. If you had a magic wand and there was one IT challenge we could solve overnight, what will it be?
Cybersecurity. I would use the magic wand to create impenetrable, safe, secure systems that nobody can maliciously attack. It remains as one of the key priorities for me and for us at Syngenta. I just wish that this as a malicious use of technology was never around.
Yeah.
This is one of the things which with AI has happened is while it has given us an opportunity to innovate so well, it has also given such a big superpower to the malicious actors out there. So deep fakes and all of that is now something which we all need to learn how to recognize and deal with. I wish that could go away.
Okay. So what's the biggest opportunity you see in IT in the next year?
I think for all of us, we are getting to a point where delivery is no longer a question, right? As in, our teams are mature enough, we have experience, that delivery is now table stakes. And the big opportunity for me now is to really shift focus on impact. When we innovate, we don't innovate for innovation's sake. We measure the impact that it is going to have. And in the next 1 year or so, leveraging Gen AI to drive concrete, measurable impact on the organization, that in my mind is the biggest opportunity.
So what is one skill you believe every IT professional should have?
I think we all need to imagine, have an understanding of how these systems are being used. If we are building an app which will be used by a farmer, and that farmer is standing in the sun, out in the field, away from any 3G, 4G network, right? It makes a difference to how we build our applications. Or, when I was doing the work in education before I joined Syngenta, little children who are using a digital app that we built, but out in remote villages in India where we don't have, electricity and network connectivity, it changes the perspective of, how we build our applications, what kind of user experience we create, and what assumptions we make about people. So as techies, we all understand technology, and I wish and hope, and I'm, at Syngenta's engineering teams, I'm so proud of the kind of technological expertise we all have. But if I had to have one additional thing for everybody, is to have this deep understanding of how our systems are used by people, the end user.
I mean, when you say this, in the last 2 days when I've been hearing you speak, one thing, has struck me, that technologically good, skilled, many people can be there. But, when you make a mark, when you really understand the business well, and this is something at least I personally, have seen, I'm learning from you. And that's where I see that's where you can make the difference. You can be you can go one level up only when you have
next
that.
Level.
Yeah,
exactly.
Otherwise it's not possible.
Yeah. And like I said, since I've been with Syngenta and in the last 2.5, 3 years as the CIO, I have seen our organization grow in its maturity. And I'm incredibly proud of how good we are as a team and the innovation that we drive and the mission that we are on. The next level of maturity is when you start to really drive impact, when you measure the impact, when you think about the end user, and you keep the farmer in the mind, whenever we are thinking about the next set of innovations. Yeah, that's the next frontier.
Yeah, that's, I think, something at least I will focus on. So one learning.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll end the session now with the final question. What is the one thing you would like to see more in the IT and digital team in Pune?
Keep enjoying yourself. You guys have so much fun. Today I saw the place where I've seen the dancing videos of the team. I wish we can make that space bigger and have more fun and more dance. I know that, sometimes I feel jealous when I see the pictures, the videos, the vibrant culture that we have. I want us to keep that and make it even more vibrant, make it even more, that's what sets us apart. It's not a boring place. It's not the place where you're just putting your head down and morning 9 to 5 we're doing work and so on. It's such a vibrant place, and keep doing that and do more of it. Enjoy we are on a big mission here, right? I mean, if you think about what we do, agriculture needs a transformation, and the population continues to grow with no more land. The only way to solve that problem for all of us on the planet is by growing more food from the same parcel of land. So the mission that we are all on is foundationally important, and enjoy that mission, enjoy working together, have fun while we do this, not just here but across all of our locations. That's who we are. We are a fun team that does cutting edge work, drives innovation, AI, for the good of society. And this is something which I always say, that our mission here is not for us or for the company. It's a planetary scale mission. Every human life on the planet depends upon the work we do. That's what inspires all of us. And that's who we are, innovation to inspire.
Good, right. Thank you so much. And lastly, I would like to thank you, Feroz, on behalf of the IT and digital team in Pune Center, for all the faith that you've showed in us and the expectation that you have in us. I mean, I promise, I think all of us are committed that we won't let you down. So with that promise, I think we can end the show here.
Thank you. And you have my promise that I've got you back. You have new ideas, you have new innovation that you want to pursue, you have new inspirations. Inspire yourself, inspire your friends, and inspire your leaders to accomplish this mission that we are on. Thank you.
So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to Feroz, his insights, his vision as much as I did. It was a great learning. So please continue to listen to us, subscribe, share and like, and we will continue to bring more such sessions to you. Thank you so much. So please look forward to the next episode of Innovate and Inspire.